now listening to the NFT Quarterback Podcast with your host, Riki and Danny.
Alright, what's up, man?
What's up?
My picks are okay.
What'd you get? How many wins you get
I
yesterday?
called a couple of those upsets.
Which games you get? Panthers? Okay.
Baker?
Yeah.
The Baker upset, I called that. And then the Jaguars upset, remember I called that.
Yo, I had you on the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Jaguars
So look,
killed them.
run through this.
38-10.
Panthers won.
Yeah.
Right? Bears won. I picked that. The Chiefs lost. Damn, that was my lock. That was my lock, and they lost.
Oh,
the
man.
Bills lost. That was another one I picked.
I picked Miami on that one.
Nice.
Lucky.
You know what? Did you see the end when he missed the guy in the end zone?
Is that when the dude in the booth was throwing all his papers around like a crazy maniac?
No, that was because they couldn't get it clocked.
Oh, okay.
Dude, it was like 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. He had a guy down on his right, and he just threw it at his feet, man. And Josh Allen hit the ground, and put his hands on his head. He was like, "Oh my god!" He's like, "That was it. That guy was wide open."
Oh my goodness,
dude, it was crazy. And at that point, the guy in the booth, they went to him, and he did the same thing. He was like, he like slammed his desk. He was like, "Fuck, he had it."
Oh man, I was watching that game, and then I already knew something was up because Miami was not letting down. Like they kept fighting with the Bills, and then into the third quarter, fourth quarter,
ready to play, man. Their defense was relentless. They were rushing, they were blitzing, they were all over it for sure. They were bringing everything and the kitchen sink.
Hell yeah,
they were all over it. Let's see what else. Ravens, they won.
They whooped some.
I think
they
Jones
whooped them up.
got hurt.
Yeah, but did he have a couple picks? I think, or was that Lamar Jackson that had all them picks?
I think it was Mac. I want to say it was Mac.
I want to say it was too. I win 7 wins and 6 losses last week. Of course, because I picked the Commanders. That was a bad pick. That was a horrible pick. I picked the Buccaneers. Also a horrible pick. I picked the Raiders. Jesus.
Yeah, I picked the fucking Raiders too.
Yeah, the Raiders, I told you, man. They only good for losing. They ain't good for much else. I think they're the only team here.
Lost. Fucking Tom Brady. And your goddamn Niners, they suck.
Ugh. Dude, the Niners were so horrible.
5. So I got 5 wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I went 9 and 5.
Nice.
That's not bad. You fucking.
It's not bad at all, bro.
That's not bad. Fucking Tom Brady. They couldn't get the 2-point conversion at the end.
Ugh. Yeah, I'm looking at the score. I'm like 14-12. Is that even a game? And then I look at the Niners score and it's like 10-11. I'm thinking, oh god, it's even worse.
The Broncos actually got one of every kind of score. They got a safety, they got a field goal, and they got a touchdown.
Oh my god.
They got one of everything. That's the only way. That's all they scored. They got one of every different possible. Well, I guess
they didn't get an extra point.
Yeah, point after attempt. And a 2-point conversion. So they didn't get either one of those.
Yeah, I still give you credit for that one. The field goal, the touchdown, and the safety.
Jesus Christ.
That's the worst way to win a football game I ever heard of.
I mean, they went for a 2-point conversion to make it a 3-point game. They couldn't even do that. Fucking Jimmy, I think, threw a pick. Right? These Niner fans are going to hop all over. Like, we need Trey back.
For reals? Oh, nah. I'm going to give it.
There's a radio show I like to listen to at noon over here.
Yeah.
These 2 guys from Sacramento, they do an ESPN radio show. And one of the guys is a Niners fan. So he is gonna shit all over Jimmy G.
Mm.
He always does this thing. He's like, he was like, I never said I didn't like Jimmy G. Like, no, you always said that all of last year. You don't like this guy. You're only saying that now because Trey Lance is hurt.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I looked, like, literally, I woke up this morning, I look at the scores, I say 11-10 and they lost. What the hell is going on over there? And then, of course, if Jimmy G gets a safety and then he throws an interception at some inopportune moment, that's probably why they lost anyways. Can't be doing that stuff though, man.
Yeah, he's definitely not good enough. Oh, and then someone had fumbled it at the very end of the game. It was like a little shovel pass. It was like 2nd and 22 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy gave him a little shovel pass, and then he ran like 10, 15 yards, and he was trying to fight for the first down. And Broncos defender came from behind him and just poked it out. That was the end of the game.
Rough.
Yeah, I mean,
but were they gonna score anyways? I mean, they had 10 points the whole game. You think they're gonna march down the field and score in the last minute?
I don't think so. Yeah, and it was about a minute left, and I think they had one timeout, so it would have been super difficult for sure. So it is what it is. That game fucking sucked. The Raiders, they're just not clicking. I have a cousin who's a Raiders fan, and he was watching I think the Jaguars and Chargers game after the Raiders game. He's like, man, it's so much different watching two good teams play football. He's just like, this is what football is supposed to be like.
Yeah, I mean, at least one good team, because it was 38-10 in that Jaguars game.
You know what? I'm telling you, old boy was slinging it, throwing it around.
Trevor Lawrence?
T-Dog. That's what I'm calling him from now on. T-Dog.
I mean, 38 points is no joke, man. Was that like 5 touchdowns? And a field goal. That's crazy.
T-Dog. Let me see. What did he end up with? 28 of 39. 262 yards. 3 TDs. 0 picks.
There you go.
Once again,
money game.
That is how it's done. Right there. That is what you call efficient.
Don't let the second-year quarterback come in and do that kind of stuff to y'all.
Yo. I wonder how many he has 6 TDs and 1 pick.
Hell yeah. There you go.
That's how it's done right there. 772 yards.
Nice.
I'm telling you. Let me see. And let's see. He spread it around. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different receivers.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, I picked the Jaguars, but mainly because I thought the Chargers quarterback was going to be hurt. Did he play in that game?
He did play. They were in the fourth quarter. They were down by 30 or 20 something, and the announcers were just like, "Why is he still in the game? You know, just this game's over. It was like 5 minutes ago. Just take him out. Just give him a rest. Like, he went 25 for 45, 297, so that's not bad.
Yeah.
Slightly above 50% on his
completion. Yeah, completion percentage.
A 1 TD and 1 pick, so that's not very good. But I'm telling you, man, these Jags is looking good. Top of the AFC South.
Yeah. I sent you the standing earlier. The Vikings, they're up there with the Packers now. So it's a race between them and the Packers. They're both 2-1, trying to win the NFC North.
Luckily, the Vikings are 2-0 in the division at the moment.
Nice.
I believe the Packers are 1-0.
Okay.
And we also have that head-to-head win at the moment.
For sure. Yeah.
That's good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The Vikings snuck out of there. Got lucky. They got lucky. They were down literally the entire. I think they were down 14-0.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So they got lucky, and for some reason, the Detroit Lions just fell asleep in the fourth quarter. They just kept going 3 and out. I mean, so they started 14-0, and then the second half, by halftime it was 14-14.
Okay.
Third quarter, the Lions got a field goal and a touchdown, make it 24-14. And then, we scored a field goal, down by 3, and then we scored a touchdown with 45 seconds to go.
Okay. That put y'all ahead with the last 45 seconds to go. Y'all scored.
Yeah, that was the first time we led the entire game. But it's the most important time to lead.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. You know what they say? It's not who's playing at the beginning of the game. It's who's in at the end of the game.
There you go.
That's what matters.
Yeah, if they lead at the end, they got a 28-24 over the Lions. I mean, it don't matter how bad they were playing all game. They just snuck out of there. Although they were playing at home, so you don't want to sneak out at home with a win. But
I know,
you got to do what you got to do.
You know what? Hats off to the Lions, man. They've had 3 tough-fought games. First game was a loss, 38-35 against the Eagles. Second game was a win, 36-27 over the Commanders. And the third game was a loss to the Vikings, 28-24. So all of those games were fairly close games. The biggest margin difference was their victory, was by 9 points. So they took an L by 3 points, took another L by 4 points. So they're in there, you know.
Yeah,
they definitely got some heart.
But
I think that's got a lot to do with their coach. It's a guy they like, the guy they want to fight for, and they're showing it. They're showing heart.
I mean, but heart ain't gonna get you up in the standings. They 1-2 right now. I see it like a 3-0 team right over here in the NFC. Even the Bears are 2-1. So the Lions are pretty much at the bottom of that division.
Yeah,
with their heart, but they have their heart, right? So
with their heart,
that'll keep them warm at night. You know?
What are the 2 things you need for every football game? Beer and jerky. Now, guys, if you have not had Bandit's Jerky out of El Paso, Texas, then you have not experienced jerky. Go to their Instagram page today at Bandits Jerky 915. That's Bandits Jerky 915. Over there, you can place an order today for one of their 4 different flavors. All these flavors are here to satisfy your cravings, especially on Sunday when it's time for football. They have red chili, lemon pepper, original flavor, and green chili. All these flavors you guys can order today by reaching out to Bandits Jerky on Instagram at Bandits Jerky 915. And when you are enjoying your Bandits Jerky, make sure you take a picture, put it to your Instagram story, and tag at Bandits Jerky 915. Everybody, thank you for listening to the NFT Quarterback Podcast. Let's get back into the show.
You know what? I'm telling you, I think the Lions are a better team than the Chicago Bears right now, though.
Okay.
If they play head, I think the Lions will win that victory. Will win that game.
Yeah, for sure. And the Bears beat the Texans 23-20. Was that game as close as it looks, or is that just my eyes?
Sure. That was a close game. That was a close game. There was a big defensive play at the end where the ball was tipped and a linebacker got an interception. I think it was like the last minute or 2. Then they went down and got a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
They scored a field goal with like 3 or 4 seconds to go. They literally, won. It was like a game-winning field goal. So that was a good game.
Okay.
It was close. The game of the week, I believe, was what we called the battle of the number 1 draft for next year.
The 27-23 battle between the Falcons and the Seahawks. Both teams sitting at 1-2 right now.
That was a hell of a game, man. That was unexpected. Really good game. I think it's just because both teams are just so bad. They just were able to score at will against one another.
Oh, man. I'm just looking at the score like, what the hell happened in this game? This should be the 10-11 game and not the Falcons and the Seahawks playing 27-23.
You know what? When my friend saw the Miami and Bills game, he was like, "Why isn't this flexed to the night game?" And I was like, "Well, the Niners and Broncos game will be a good night game."
Ugh.
I was wrong. No.
Yeah.
There were so many other better games. Literally, I think that had to be the worst game. The worst game of the day.
The thing is, if they would have played...
You could have chose Baltimore, New England. That ended up 37-26. You could have chose Miami, Buffalo. You could have chose... they called it the Battle of the Goats. With the Packers versus
Buccaneers. Buccaneers. I could see that, yeah.
Any of those games, I think you could have chose. I don't know.
The thing is, if Jimmy G had the chance to play on Sunday morning in San Francisco or in Denver, wherever the hell it was, he probably would have won that game. But, I mean, Sunday night, they had to just lay a giant goose egg for the national viewing audience. But that Miami Bills game, that game was hot. I watched that game. I was like, man, this is a good game. I ain't used to watching good football games over here in Germany because I only get one game. And they're like, okay, at 10 a.m. you got to watch this game. And at 1 p.m. you got to watch this game,
What game did you get?
I got the Dolphins and I got the Bills. I got that game.
Oh, that's good.
I was watching. I was like, damn, they actually put on a good game for once. And the game after that was going to be the Packers and the Buccaneers. But
you got the two best games then.
Yeah, but I'm an old man, bro. I fell asleep.
It was a defensive battle, though.
There's a defensive. I watch defensive battles, man. But they need to change the time zone over here in Germany, like by a couple hours. I ain't staying up all night to be watching football. What the hell did the Titans do? Why was I looking at that score like it was 20-0 or some bull crap like that? It was crazy.
I mean, they controlled the line of scrimmage for sure. So the Titans looked a bit better running. The Raiders I don't know. They're just not clicking offensively, man. It's crazy to think.
Yeah.
But they're just not really on the same page.
Even Carr and Adams, it don't matter. Back. They almost came back. Yeah.
Yeah, they almost came back at the end with that 2-point conversion. But it's just like for some reason, I don't know, they just don't have enough. And it's like on paper, it looks like they should.
Yeah.
Like they should have enough. Like they should be better. Like that's what everyone thinks. Like, oh, well, they have Devontae Adams. They have Waller. They have Hunter Renfrow. They have Derek Carr. They have Jacobs in the backfield. Like, they should have enough. And they're just not on the same page. I don't know.
That sucks for the Raiders. They're 0-3. They got a giant mountain to climb at this point. The good thing, if we're looking at this week, is like the Bengals. They came out with a win. Of course, they beat the Jets, your favorite garbage team. So that was expected, but still nice to see them come out with a win. The Eagles killed the Commanders 24-8. So the Eagles are 3-0 right now. Them and the Dolphins are like the only 3-0 teams, I think. New York's got a chance tonight to go 3-0.
Yeah. So it's those three teams that are undefeated at the moment. New York, this is going to be a big test for him, you know.
He's got to win it.
Rival. And the Eagles took care of business. So Eagles being 3-0, I believe they're just 1-0 in the division. But yeah, the Eagles look good, man. The Eagles look good. They look fast. They got a dual threat at the quarterback. The Eagles look good right now, man.
Can you
two Alabama boys.
Can you pull up the numbers for Hurts? What kind of numbers did he have over there?
Hurts he was 22 for 35, 340 yards. Holy shit.
Hell yeah.
3 TDs and 0 picks. Once again, that is how it's done.
There we go.
Let me see. Rushing, he had 9 attempts for 20 yards.
Ugh, that's kind of garbage.
I mean, it's still better than majority. I mean, you're not going to expect Kirk Cousins to get 20 yards rushing. Okay.
Are you comparing the rushing abilities of Hurts to Kirk Cousins? Let's compare him to Tom Brady's rushing abilities while we're at it.
Devontae Smith had 8 catches for 169 yards.
Jesus.
A 45-yard reception was his long. A.J. Brown had 5 receptions for 85 yards. Holy shit. The only 5 catches, he had 85 yards. All right, that guy's trucking it.
Yo, that's his second receiver. Like, 5 for 85. Okay, let's go. Yo, I heard Lamar Jackson set the NFL record for most 100-yard rushing games by a quarterback. He passed Michael Vick. Either was last week or this week, but he's definitely on the roll as far as rushing goes. Yeah,
I'm not surprised. That guy looks like a gazelle when he's out there, man. He's just like trotting along.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had 11 carries for 105 yards yesterday.
There you go.
A 38-yard run, that was his longest. Lamar was 18 for 29, 218 yards. He had 4 TDs.
Jeez. 4 and 1 pick? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty efficient. What's 18 to 29?
I don't know. You got to get my
just a little over 2/3.
Yeah.
60%.
Yeah, 2 for 3, sure. 66%. 60%. Yeah, I take it.
Something around there.
That's decent. I mean, but plus the 100 yards rushing and a 38-yard longest run. I mean, that's kind of ridiculous for a quarterback.
Yeah, of a play. Oh, and he had 1 rushing TD. So he had 5 TDs.
Oh my goodness.
He threw for 4, and he ran for 1.
Hey, but that's what you were saying. I think you were saying that at the beginning of the season. He's coming out for his contract year. Look at him.
Yeah. For sure, yeah. For sure. That's what? 325 yards of total offense right there. Just him.
Mm-hmm.
So they won by 11 points. So that's fairly predominant right there. I tell you what.
Yeah, but of course we weren't expecting much from the Patriots. I'm surprised they scored 26.
Yeah, I mean, I did say that they would show up a fight, right? They're like, what? No, I did, right?
Yeah, you did. I just.
They're a fringe team. They're not really. They might be in the hunt. They're not really. No one expects them to go all the way.
No.
Go all the way. But they'll definitely put up a fight every week. Like no one's ever gonna just be like, oh, it's gonna be easy to beat Bill Belichick. No, it's not. Like no one. If you go into a game thinking that, you're gonna get blown out, buddy.
Yeah, I mean nobody takes Bill Belichick lightly, but I told you, I think in our last episode, I was like, man, I just don't trust the Patriots, like to move anywhere on offense. I mean, they had 26 points, so good for them, but I still don't trust them because they got beat.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
And the Ravens always go hard in the AFC. Like, you can always count on the Ravens. It used to be you could always count on the Patriots, but even within that time frame, I always thought, the Ravens has what it takes to always be in that playoff race.
Yeah, always.
But they got that good because they got the 2-1 record now. Bengals at 1-2, Steelers at 1-2. So Browns are leading the division at 2-1, and they tied up with the Ravens right now. So it's kind of
crazy to think the Browns are 2-1.
But they're
without.
I don't want to say his name. But I think their defense is that good. You know what I'm saying? They invested in the right area.
It's definitely legit. Their defense is legit for sure.
Yeah.
Their defense is legit, so that's definitely gonna keep them in the hunt. Let's go talk about Burrow and his get right game.
Burrow.
Get back game.
What's his numbers, man? What numbers you got?
He went 23 for 36, 275 yards.
Okay.
3 TDs and 0 picks.
Okay, there we go.
That's how it's done. And yeah, like I said, I thought I was like, this could be his get back game, his get right game. Either kind of a little alley oop, you know. When you're throwing up bricks in basketball, 3-4, on the 3-point line, like, let me go get a layup in real quick.
Yeah.
Remind myself, okay, that's how you play it. Okay, now let me step back a couple of feet. So that was good for him. Let's see, no rushing, but passed around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 different receivers. So that's
there we go.
He needed that for sure.
Yeah, give him a good game. Let him get back to 500. I mean, the 0-2 start's kind of ridiculous for the Bengals.
Yeah, for sure. That was definitely unexpected from them. Who else we got here? I guess we could go to the upset of the week.
What, the Colts? The Colts?
Over Mahomes.
Oh, man. What the hell happened there? I was like betting on that game. I had the Chiefs 100%.
That's what I thought too.
I looked at that game. I was like, wait, is it 10-7? Or it was something like the Colts were up. I was like, how are the Colts even leading this game? This ain't right.
Yeah, so it was 14-10. Kansas City was up at halftime. I was like, okay, that was nice. They're gonna blow them out in the second half. You know, I was like, don't worry.
Yeah.
They got this easy money, and they only put up 3 points in the second half. So I don't know what the fuck happened there, man.
Ugh. Mr. Mahomes needs to get back on track. That kind of stuff can't be happening, man. You got to be either you good or you good. I mean, okay, I'll give Patrick Mahomes a break because he's really good, but you can't be having bad games, man. You got to win a lot. You can't lose to the Colts. Come on.
You know what? Them boys must have been like, they just lost 24-0 to the Jaguars. We got this.
Yo.
They must have been partying.
In Indiana.
Yeah, we came here for a victory. We're gonna walk all over these foods.
Yeah, they went from Kansas City to Indiana, and they wanted to check out the strip clubs or something the night before, and get they Budweiser on, and they lost the game, man. I mean, come on, you can't lose to the Colts. That's bad.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not.
I'm looking at I clicked on that game. There's like a GIF. It's Patrick Mahomes scratching his head and he says, "WTF happened."
Yeah, that makes sense. He was like, "Damn, I thought we was playing Indianapolis."
Yo,
you sure with
I thought we were supposed to win this game, Coach.
Yeah.
How did we? What happened? I just don't get it.
Let's see, my boy Baker. I called that.
Oh, you did call that. I went with the Saints. I don't know what Kool-Aid I was drinking on that one. That was a bad decision on my part.
I think there was 2 underdogs I called. I think it was the Panthers, and who else did I call?
I want to say you called the Jags.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, the Jaguars. That was the other one. The Panthers and those were the 2 underdogs I called. They both came through, luckily.
I feel you, though, because I was watching that Panthers score like, man, I should have just went with Danny. I should have went with Baker.
Because you know what? Baker, he's got a lot of heart, man. And to go down 0-3 is unlike him. And then also this is a divisional game, right? So, like even though he doesn't know the Saints that well, his team does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
okay,
his
for sure.
organization
Yeah.
knows that organization very well. So those a lot of upsets happen there in the division because they play each other so frequently. You know.
Yeah.
Like a team could be really bad outside of the division, but inside of the division, like certain teams always give other teams a run for their money. Like the Detroit Lions always give the fight. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I've also noticed Atlanta always gives the Saints a run for their money.
It's like the Saints got it rough. Like, of course they had the Bucks number, but that was never easy. And now they got Atlanta coming at them, and even the Panthers coming at them. It just seems.
You know, another thing is that they had the Bucks number while Sean Payton was the head coach.
And
now they got more, and they suffered their first loss to the Buccaneers in like two or 3 years. Mm-hmm. So now, like, okay, well, they kind of lost the head of their snake there, and they're just like, okay, we can beat these guys. They're vulnerable, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what happened there in the Bucks and Saints situation. Let's see, Baker went. Oh, that's James Winston. Baker went 12 for 25. Not very good.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
170. 1 TD, 0 picks. You know, McCaffrey finally got back. So he went 25 carries, 108 yards.
There we go. Thank you. Fine. But he had a big game last week. He had over 100 rushing yards last week. So him and Saquon, barring injury, could be hot this year. Could be. Let me be very cautious with that statement. But you know these boys, they ready to trip over a chopstick and break their ankle, you know? So I got no faith, man. But that's good for McCaffrey. Respect for him coming out of Stanford. I always like to see him stay healthy, of course, and have him do all that kind of stuff on the football field.
Yeah, McCaffrey, I've never been the biggest fan of his, always just because of the injury thing. It's just like he's good for 5-6 weeks, and then boom, he's gone.
Yeah, that's why I'm not an Anthony Davis fan. That's exactly the reason I don't care about Anthony Davis no more, because he always be hurt.
You know what? Yeah, it's unfortunate because Anthony Davis is a hell of a talent. They're actually, in that aspect, they're actually very similar. When they're healthy, they're like top of the league, and they're positioned respectfully. But when they're gone, it's just enjoy the season. It's just like, well.
It's like when they gone, they just give them a fishing pole, you know, on the way out the door. Like, you ain't coming back, bro. You need to go hop on a boat and go fishing.
Their GM should give them special contracts. Like, hey, you only get paid when you play food. Right?
Ain't no donuts on game day, bro. Hey.
You can't be showing up to these games in street clothes, collecting game checks, okay? No.
They need to work.
Street clothes checks.
Yeah. I would not be paying Anthony Davis big money. I wouldn't pay McCaffrey big money, and I would definitely not pay Saquon Barkley big money either.
You know, I think Saquon is actually up for an extension this year.
He is.
So, okay, so now it's clicking.
It don't matter if it's clicking. His ankle gonna be clicking before the season over when he walks.
He's out here trying to get that big money.
He's gonna get his check, take it to the bank, and then go straight to the couch, bro. Yo, tell me the NFL has not figured out a way to keep these guys healthy. Like, there must be some kind of food that they could eat. I don't know what the hell it is, but there's no way these dudes can be getting hurt all the time like that. Like him and McCaffrey.
No, that's impossible for them to not get injured, bro. You see how big and strong everybody is in that goddamn league?
Yo, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, look, there's a reason the rest of the world doesn't play football, bro. Okay? And it's not because they don't have the resources, okay? They look at this sport and they're like, no.
Nah.
They're like, what the hell? You guys are beating the shit out of each other.
Yo, that, and I see these, like, DBs. If somebody's running in front of them, they'll just jump on their ankles. Like, that's how they tackle. They'll just jump on somebody's ankles. And I'm like, yo, that cannot be healthy, man. You running full speed and some dude jumps on your ankles? That can't be good.
Yeah. A lot of these tackles I'm looking at, I'm just like, how are these guys walking into that. Like,
Yo, especially these offensive linemen, man.
bro, to think, like 20 years ago, bro, these helmet-to-helmet tackles were completely legal.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
This dude just got his teeth knocked out, and we'll be right back.
Rewind that, bro. We gotta check that out. Rewind it. We were like, yeah.
Like John Lynch was the biggest.
Yeah, kill him. We were about it, bro. Like,
Yo.
you know, like in like MMA, when they knock him out and the guy's got both his hands, he's on the ground, both his hands, like in the L shape.
Yeah.
That's how these guys were concussed.
Dude,
before they
it was
moved
like
around.
John Lynch would go out there like looking for a concussion. If he doesn't knock somebody into a concussion, then he didn't do his job for that game. And that's how it was. Don't go across the middle of the field. Don't catch a pass across the middle of the field because you about to get your lights lit up if you do that kind of stuff.
Bro, that's exactly how it was, man. These guys they were out for hunting. For sure. They were looking for the kill.
And then this week, this dude barely pushes Tua. Like, he just, like, kind of shoves him nicely. And then Tua falls back and knocks his head on the ground and gets a concussion right there.
You know what is crazy is I see that a lot now. I mean, I'm guessing it can't be that. I don't know. But, yeah, I see that a lot. Guys, like, just barely get a little bit of whiplash and hit their head, and they're just like, oh.
I mean,
you know what? In the Tua situation, he was like, no, I'm good. And he tried to get up. He got those spaghetti legs.
Yeah. I've seen that. Because I didn't see the hit. I was like, okay, they threw a flag. I was like, okay, he probably got hit after the pass. And then he gets up. He tries to run away. And, like, he's about falling on his knees. I'm like, bro, you okay? Like, man, you need to get some water and get to the sideline, man.
Yeah, he needs some milk.
Get this boy some calcium.
It's like that. Like Kevin Hart say, he's like, help me, somebody, help me. Come on.
Yo, Tua, he came back in the second half because Teddy Bridgewater came into the game and he sucked. He sucked bad. I just remember watching, they went like 3 and out. It wasn't even like a 3 and out, like, okay, that's respectable 3 and out. It was like 3rd and 22, and he like threw it out of bounds. Like,
I think Teddy's got that Colt McCoy training going on, you know, where he's accepted his job. He's like, whatever.
Yo, he came in that game like, y'all know, he came in the game, he was like, y'all know you're going to pay me enough to play out here. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I'm riding the bench.
Just because I get to live in Miami. Y'all didn't say I had to play.
Yeah.
You know?
I already made my NFL moment. Like, y'all can leave me alone now. You know that? Shit.
Yeah. He's like, shit. He's like, the Vikings found out I wasn't good enough a long time ago.
I don't know why the whole rest of the league hasn't noticed this, but they keep paying me, so I'm going to keep taking my money.
I mean,
yo,
he's good enough for backup.
He's good enough for backup. But in the same sense, I'm good enough for a backup, too. Although, if they put me on the field, I would be...
Bro, I'll tell you like this. They put me on the field as a quarterback, like, I go to the huddle, like, okay, we're running it every time. Yeah, get out there, I'm going to say, hike, turn around, and give you the ball. Go.
Yo, that's exactly that's the play right there. I'll be like, hey, man, look, before I even get the ball, I'm going to give it to you, all right? Running back. Yo. And then I'll be...
If you want, you can put me in motion. Send me out there on the right. You can get the snap, and then you run it.
You can get the snap, get a direct snap to the running back. I'm gonna run off the field, and I'm gonna sit on the bench while you're running the play. Yo,
I'm gonna go check on Tua.
I'm gonna go check on Tua. Yo, somebody need to check on Tua.
put my hand on his shoulder, like, you ready to go back?
Yo, bro. Hey, that team needs you, man. Yo, that's what he told him in the huddle. He's like, look, man, I know it's 3rd and 18, but I need to go check on Tua. Y'all can figure this out, right? 10 versus 11, that works, right? That's how we going to play it, though.
The coach like, what are you doing? I'm like, shit, you get your ass.
They'll be like, yo, Tua, I know you ain't hurt that bad. Get your ass out here.
You see them fucking gargantuans out there?
You see that? You see those defensive linemen? You need to get out here, Tua. I ain't trying to get ate up. I know you got a concussion, but I don't want a concussion too, man. Like, come on.
Like, shit, they got quarterbacks who can squat 600 pounds. I don't know what the fuck those goddamn linemen are doing. Shit.
Yo, those linemen be crazy. Those are the biggest dudes on the field.
Those are probably the biggest dudes on the planet. I'll tell you.
They be like 340 pounds, and they still be pushing it every play. Like, nobody works harder than a lineman. You know that shit.
Oh, for sure. By far, the most underappreciated position in the game.
Yeah.
By far are those boys on the line. For sure.
Yo, they do all the dirty work on the line. The offensive line, nobody gives a rat's ass who's on the offensive line, but they do all the work, and they don't give it. They just do it. Like, they don't even care if nobody appreciates them, you know?
Nobody cares who's on the line until you get 1 or 2 guys injured on the line, and then you're like, damn.
Yeah.
What the hell is that starting tackle?
Yo.
Where is he?
Once the left tackle goes down, you realize that because you're just eating grass the whole game. Like, ask Joe Burrow. Ask Joe Burrow what a good left tackle is worth, you know?
About $100 million.
$100 million. Aaron Rodgers. Yo, Aaron Rodgers got $50 million. He still won that game. I'm surprised. Pissing me off, this dude.
Pissing me off, this guy.
He needs to slip $1 million of that in my direction. For no reason at all. Just slide it this way, Mr. Rodgers. I'll take good care of your money.
I mean, come on. Let me hold $1, man.
$1.
That's all I'm asking for. Come on.
Like, this bro can sneeze and like spend $15,000 and it don't bother him, you know. But yeah, that's it.
And you know he got all that Allstate money too, right?
Oh. He's still running those commercials?
I haven't seen him lately, but I know he's been on there for a while. I know that Patrick Mahomes is there now. Hell, I think. Oh no, that's State Farm.
It's the red one with the white dots, I think. I don't know what the hell it is. I feel like Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes were doing the same commercials. And
yeah, that's State Farm. I think they're doing State Farm.
Yeah.
And then I think I seen Chris Paul, Trey Young. They got a bunch of athletes on the goddamn discount double check.
First of all, we need to get Chris Paul off the radar. This dude is Dunskies.
I hate on Chris Paul.
Because he ain't won no title, man. That's why I'm hating on Chris Paul.
Oh, man. You know what? He just ran out of gas last year. That's what happened.
Get some more freaking gas, bro. You can't run out of gas.
You know what sucks is that his entire team ran out of gas at the exact same time.
Yo, his team got obliterated in Game 7. That wasn't even a game. That was a joke. That was an embarrassment to the entire state of Arizona.
In Game 6, they was talking all this trash.
Don't talk trash until you win. Yo.
They was talking all this trash. Game 6. And then I think Luka himself outscored their entire team in the first half.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think they only had like 27 points. It was like 27-70 the first half. They got smoked. It
was not a game, bro. Even the Kings would have showed up better than the Suns showed up in that game, man.
It was bad.
First of all, let's get this straight, because Danny, I know you know this. You don't talk smack until you win the series. You know what I'm saying? Don't come at me with a 3-2 lead and talk garbage. get him in my face with a 3-2 lead. You ain't won yet.
Yeah, that was that Kobe mentality, right? Because there was an interview where they were up like 3-1 or something, and the guy was like, "You look like you're mad. Why aren't you happy?" He's like, "What's there to be happy about? The job isn't done.
Hell yeah.
We still got another game. Like this series isn't over. What should I be happy about?"
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Right.
Are we on basketball right now, bro? We're like,
yeah, we're on basketball. Yeah, we got off topic.
Hey, the games were off the hook this week. I got to give you credit. I was expecting something a lot different, and then we didn't talk Rams Cardinals, but did you see anything? Did you see anything from the Cardinals?
That was an obvious blowout, right? Remember we called it?
Yeah.
Call of Duty came out, so.
Call of Duty came out. The Cardinals scored all of 12 points.
I think they had a goose egg at the end of the first quarter.
It wouldn't surprise me, man. They playing on that Chris Paul diet over there in Arizona. Like I said before, I have no faith in the Cardinals.
10-0.
10-0.
10-0 to 13-0. And then 13-6 at halftime. These fools scored 4 field goals.
Garbage.
They had 12 points.
Garbage. Absolutely ridiculously horrible.
Yeah, that's not gonna cut it.
Even the Seahawks showed up against the Falcons. I mean, of course, the Rams defense, I give them a lot of credit. Just because they won the Super Bowl, for one thing, but still into this season, I'm not going to doubt Aaron Donald. You know what I'm saying? So it could have been him too.
Yeah, definitely.
So for sure, man. All right, bro. I'm going to let you get on with your day. Thank you so much for the call. Thank you so much for joining on this episode of the podcast, and I'll talk to you later, Danny.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the NFT Quarterback Podcast. A special thanks to our guest, Danny Singh, for coming on the program, always being ready with his football knowledge. The production of this episode was sponsored by RMT Books. If you guys are looking to get your name out there, to get your brand out there, go to rmtbooks.com and get yourself set up today.